Toastmasters, right? There's a lot of places where you can go speak. There's a lot of places where you can go be coached or learn speaking. But only in Toastmasters do you get an immediate evaluation that is focused on your objectives. That is what sets Toastmasters apart. And this club, I gotta say, I have heard some terrific evaluations in here from everyone in this room. So the goal now is to take that very high level we're at, try to bring that up a notch there. So there's three things I want to point out about evaluations. One is that we've learned through research done through the years that positive feedback is between 100 and 1,000 times more effective than negative feedback. Because people like to be rewarded, right? People like to be complimented on what they've done. So focus on the things the speaker did well in an evaluation, and surprisingly enough, the other things will disappear. Not that there's any harm in pointing out some things they can improve on, but if you focus on those positive things, be positive. That is the most effective thing you can do in an evaluation. Second thing is, it needs to be specific. So if I say, Dallas, that was a great speech this morning, what does that mean? Who knows? You gotta focus in and say, Dallas, the way you explained this concept in this way was really effective because it made me understand the topic. So being specific, and especially being specific about the objectives the speaker had. And I apologize for not having any objectives this morning now. So, you know, in your Pathfinder's assignment or your manual assignment, there are things you're trying to accomplish in that speech. And you'd like the evaluator to be specific about how well you did those things, as well as, you know, any other general strengths or weaknesses that show up. Now your objective is not to argue with the topic the speaker had. And I don't see us doing that very much. So you may think that the topic they brought up is either, you know, unsupportable or ridiculous or something. That's not the point. Your job is to help them get their idea across more effectively the next time, whatever that is. So help them see how they could more effectively make their case. Well, I'd like now to open the floor. I'm going to ask one or two people to talk about a recent evaluation they got in which something really helped them. Any takers?
It wasn't a formal evaluation, but you, after a meeting, had come up and talked about my evaluation and reminded me that it's both it's a speech and an evaluation, both, and that when you give an evaluation, it's not simply directed at the person who gave their speech, but it's directed for the whole group. And so, in doing that, you actually give, you help the whole group, not just one person. I thought it was really effective feedback.
Great, that was one of the points I was going to make, so thank you for giving me an example. Yes?
Well, with regard to specific points, I was told that it would be great for me to mention, like, in my last speech, I didn't give my daughter's age, and Dallas, you mentioned that, and one of the things I guess I think about is, like, everyone has heard portions of my story, and so maybe they know these things, so I'm not reiterating details that should be reiterated. You take into account that maybe not everyone in the room has heard things before, so being more specific in giving smaller, more details.
Okay, great. And that comes down to something that I was going to mention. Now we'll switch gears and talk about things you can do. So listening is really important. Obviously, Dallas was listening to you. And so if you're going to evaluate a speech, you've got to shut off all the distractions and really focus on the speaker and listen and watch their body language. You know, the body language conveys about 10 times as much as your voice does. And listen carefully. But then, when you get up to speak, remember, an evaluation is a speech. So use all your speaking skills. Be organized. Don't be standing up there. Oh, here's what I want to say. Oh, here's something else I want to say. Have your evaluation kind of outlined so you know when you get up here what you're going to say. Say it. Say what you said. And sit down. It's like a regular speech. And use all your other skills, vocal variety, gestures, all those things that you've learned as a Toastmaster in that speech, which is an evaluation. Like you said, speak to the audience. The evaluation is not just for the speaker. We all learn from the evaluation, so speak to everybody. One of the most important things to do, and we didn't do that this morning, is talk to the speaker beforehand. Don't just read the evaluation guide in the book. Learn what the speaker is trying to accomplish with their speech, and learn if there are some things from past evaluations that they want to improve on, so you can comment on those also. So I want to thank all of you for the great evaluations you've given me and others, and challenge you to keep going up that ladder of evaluations.